Ciao a tutti, my name is Silvia Vicinelli. I'm a singer, songwriter and vocal coach. Today I'm going to be analyzing and reacting to both live performances of Little Mix and Harry Styles of Harry Styles' song Falling. You guys have been requesting this song so much so that I decided to do a video comparison of both live performances. Harry Styles performs at the Brit Awards this year in February and Little Mix performed the song on BBC Radio this year in September. Before we get into it, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and give me a thumbs up if you like what you see today. So we start with Harry Styles at the Brit Awards.
In my bed, you're not here, and there's no one to blame but the drink in my wandering hands. Forget what I said, it's not what I meant, and I can't take it back. I can't unpack the baggage you left.
Wow, this is very intense, so emotional. I believe every single word that he's singing. It's more like he's speaking to the audience. He is completely in his story. He's telling you a story. It's very honest and authentic. So this speaking mode he's using is very, very suitable for this first verse because he is singing in his low range, and I think it's more effective and more direct and intense if you speak it like this more than singing, as if you would sing it out more. Like, I'll make you an example like this. I'm in my bed and you're not here, and there's no one to blame than the drink in my wandering hand. This is nice, this is well sung, but in my opinion it's more intense if you sing it like that, like he did. I'm in my bed and you're not here, and there's no one to blame but the drink in my wandering hand. So it's shorter, and these pauses in between the sentences create, I would call it, a little bit of suspense. So in my opinion, this is more powerful if it's more spoken like he is doing. He also has this typical rock pop, very nice sound, and it's a little bit raspy. You know, he's got this little bit of raspiness in his voice. It's very subtle, but you can hear it, and it's very nice, it's very cool. So let's go to the Little Mix version. So I have to stop here. This is so beautiful. The four voices harmonize and blend so perfectly together. It's like velvet when I hear their voices singing like this. This beginning, as you can hear it, is not the beginning of the original song. It's different. It's a new part that they added to their version. It's a new arrangement and it's beautiful. Did I already say that maybe? And you can feel there's another atmosphere in this song. It's brighter. There's more light in this. Okay, so let's go on. First verse.
I'm in my bed and you're not here, and there's no one to blame but the drink in my wandering hands. Forget what I said, it's not what I meant. unpack the baggage you left.
Okay, these girls make me crazy. They're so talented. So this beginning is already amazing. Perry starts the first verse. She is using her head mix and is using a very breathy sound that's very beautiful and very hard to control, as I already said in my previous video when I analyzed Little Mix's performance of Secret Love Song. And Jade continues the first verse, also flipping from chest to head voice, and then belting this riff out of nowhere that is so beautiful, that shows you how much dynamics are in Jade's voice. Perry starts the song singing a different melody in the beginning. She sings, I'm in my bed. She doesn't sing, I'm in my bed. That would be the original melody. The reason why she's doing this is because she's singing in a different key, which is absolutely normal and necessary if you are a female vocalist covering a song originally sung by a male vocalist. So don't be frustrated, don't be surprised if you cover a song by a male vocalist and you're a female vocalist and vice versa, and it doesn't work, or it sounds strange, or it's not nice, because you have to change the key. 99% of the times you have to change the key. Of course, sometimes you can sing songs by a male vocalist in the same key. If you cover sometimes Bruno Mars or Sam Smith, because they sing in a very high key for female artists, but that doesn't normally have the same effect. So you have to change the key. They change it. I believe it's 3 steps higher. Let me check. Me in my bag. Exactly. That is 3 steps higher. But the one important thing to say is that it's not just 3 steps higher. They are singing an octave higher than Harry Styles. So it's an octave plus 3 steps higher, if you know what I mean. So if Perry would be singing in the same key of Harry Styles, that would sound like that. I'm in my bed and you're not here, and there's no one to blame but the drink in my wandering hand. You can hear how low this is. So Harry Styles is also very low in his range in the beginning, but they decided to go to the octave higher. I'm in my bed, because the sound is nicer. They can do this breathy sound, this more head mix sound. So that's just a decision. Both is good, and they decided to do this version.
What if I'm down? What if I'm out? What if I'm someone you won't talk about? I'm falling again, I'm falling again, I'm falling.
Okay, this song is really nice. I like this song very much. It's beautiful. He is singing the chorus always in the same position as he started the song in the first verse. So he stands like that. This is very strong because if you do too much sometimes on stage in an intimate ballad like this, that can distract from your performance. And when you have an aura and a personality like him, and you are so completely aligned and in your story, you don't need the whole stuff and performance. I mean, of course, if you sing an up-tempo song, you need to move. That would maybe look a little bit awkward if you don't. But in this case, he holds his microphone, he stands there, perfect. Let's switch over to Little Mix chorus.
What am I now? What am I now? What if I'm someone I don't want around? I'm falling again, I'm falling again, I'm falling. What if I'm down? What if I'm out? What if I'm someone you want?
I mean, I have to say, this is just getting better and better. This is beautiful. You can see 4 musicians, 4 artists on stage making music. I mean, let me correct this, 6 musicians, of course. There's a pianist and a guitar player too. But I mean, you can see how they are in the song and they look at each other, because of course, if you sing harmonies like that, you have to be careful that you are in sync with the timing and the phrasing. So they're very concentrated, And there is no ego here on stage. Nobody's trying to oversing the others. This is so wonderful to see because here it's about the music, the essence of all of this. It's not about the press, the pressure, the social media, bullying, or whatever. It's about the music, and you can see how the four of them forget everything else and are completely in the song, exactly like Harry Styles. No, only this is a different version with these beautiful harmonies. Every single one of them is a main vocalist, is a solo artist, and this is not always the case in girl bands. Normally they sound very well together, but not necessarily every single member of the girl band is a main vocalist. The same thing applies, of course, to Harry Styles. He's also part of One Direction, as we all know, and he is also incredible. I also must say that this is a more of an R&B approach to the song and reminds me a lot of Destiny's Child, which I love so much, by the way. Okay, we go on with the Brit Awards.
And I get the feeling that you'll never need me again.
Okay, the bridge is very short but very intense and effective. You can see that he is just taking one breath before the whole bridge and he's singing the long note without breathing in between, which is not always the case in live performances, because in live performances they take some breaths more than in the recording. Of course, this is normal and human. I do that too. But he does it with just one. You can see in the beginning he's taking a very big breath because otherwise you're not getting to the end of the sentence. Perfect pitch, very nice sound. And here, it's more like he is shouting his feelings out. So in the beginning he's speaking and here is like shouting, belting, basses on, shouting again. It's like shouting a little bit, again. When he sings the again, he opens his mouth. I mean, he drops the jaw perfectly to leave the space for the high note, because he's singing again, but you can hear it's almost an A. Again! It's not again, it's again. You have to open it, otherwise that would not happen up there. So you have to change the vowel when you go up. This is a rule for every time and every vowel. Okay, so let's go to Little Mix.
And I get the feeling that you never need me again.
Okay, oh my God, that's what I'm saying here. This is stunning. This arrangement is fabulous. This reminds me even more now of Destiny's Child. This is fantastic. So they changed the bridge completely and there is this opening, this unexpected opening now in the end, and it's just fantastic. It's like the sun is coming in now. The timing is changing, of course, as you can hear. It's like a double time feeling. So let's go on.
Tells me to stop. Feelings I feel about us. Try to fight it, but it's never enough. My heart is certain it's more than a crush, 'cause I'm frozen in motion and my head tells me to stop. What if I'm now?
Okay, Jessie is singing here her solo line. She sings in her head mix, also a breathy sound, and she's doing some very nice riffs. Jessie, as we all know, unfortunately left the band a couple of weeks ago. We also all know why, and this makes me really, really sad. I wish her well and I hope she will be recovering soon. and she will find again the joy of being on stage like we can see she is having here. So we'll go on.
What if I'm now? What if I'm someone I don't want around? I'm falling again now.
That was Leanne. I like her so much when she gets in with her power. She reminds me of Christina Aguilera sometimes when she sings with those growls, you know, someone I don't want about. I really like that. Growl is an effect that you use, like the other effect in pop music, to underline an emotion, so to make it even stronger. And that is what happens here, for example, you know. That's very powerful. So let's go to the finale.
I'm finally again. I'm finally again. I'm
Amazing performance. You can see Perry at the end a little bit conducting with her hand the other girls, because you know this ending is free, it has no precise timing. So beautiful. Falling. What an arrangement. I love it. So let's go to the finale at the Brit Awards.
What if I'm down? What if I'm out? What if I'm someone you won't talk about? I'm falling again, I'm falling again, I'm falling.
Wow, he got really emotional at the end. I believe he was almost crying. Very, very intense, beautiful performance. So he sings the falling again, and you can see how he's lifting his cheeks for the high notes, which is very important to do when you want to place the sound right forward when you sing high notes, and place them in the vocal mass to be perfectly on pitch and not to have tension here. So two great live performances of the same song, completely different. So you can see how many possibilities there are for a song to be rearranged and reinterpreted. Do your own version when you cover a song. You can see both are beautiful, at least in my opinion. I think the one is not better than the other, just completely different. They have a completely different atmosphere. It depends on what your vocal abilities are and what resonates more with you and with your way of feeling music. So that's it. So I hope you enjoyed my video. If you did, give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Leave me a comment, and if you have seen a performance that you would like me to analyze or react to, also write it in the comments. I'll try to get into it in one of my next episodes. As some of you asked me for this, if you would like me to analyze your singing or performance, you can do it now. Just click on the link below in the description and you will get all the information you need to do so. Okay? Thanks for watching. See you soon. Ciao.